This week's challenge rift, number 37, is quite painful. If you or somebody that you know is struggling with this, let Uncle Bannock show you the light. So we click on the soul mirror to get some more details on what we're dealing with, and obviously once again this character is going for the Greater Rift 45 achievement, completing the Greater Rift with no set items. So once again, no set items, only legendaries, yellows, and of course any ancient legendaries that the player is lucky enough to find. Now, a lot of these items don't actually associate very well with the skills that this character is using, but some items worth mentioning definitely. Wisdom of Kalan increases your bone armor stacks by 5. Tasker and Theo gloves increases attack speed of your pets by 41%. In this case, it'll be our skeletal mages. The Dainty's binding belt gives us damage reduction, which is must needed, and even with this belt, this character is so goddamn squishy, it's annoying. You're all going to be annoyed, but it's okay, we can get through this. Crispin Sentence, definitely handy for damage increase against slowed enemies, and Circle of Nalu Evol is very important because it gives us an extra skeletal mage, and skeletal mages are doing all of our damage, pretty much, and they also last 4 seconds longer, which is super handy. The Scythe of the Cycle, your secondary skills deal 377% additional damage while bone armor is active, but reduce the remaining duration of bone armor by 4 seconds. We're going to have bone armor active the whole time, so that's not going to be an issue. We're going to get that awesome damage buff the whole time. The boots linked with bone spikes, we're not using bone spikes. Bone ringer is for command skeletons, we're not using command skeletons. Only the ones I mentioned are pretty handy items for this type of build. In Kenai's Cube, we've got Raylena's Shadow Hook. Oddly enough, Tasker and Theo, which isn't going to actually stack with the gloves that are equipped. He should have gone for something else, either in Kenai's Cube or equipped. And again, the Circle of Nalu's Evol isn't going to stack with the one he's got equipped. You can only get the legendary stat once, so he's kind of wasting it having it equipped and also in Kenai's Cube. But anyway, the skills we're using: Siphon Blood, Decrepify, Devour, Skeletal Mage, which does all of our damage, Simulacrum, which actually is the most important part, I think, to completing this challenge rift on time, and Bone Armor. The passives: Extended Servitude, Overwhelming Essence, Life from Death, and Final Service. So we got to talk about strategy, and it can be very tricky with this week's challenge rift. What we have to do as soon as we get into the challenge rift, get Decrepify up, which increases our damage reduction and also our movement speed, so we can move a lot quicker. Then get your bone armor stacks right up to 15 as soon as you can, and cast your skeletal mages. Casting skeletal mages will take all of your essence away, and you want to rebuild your essence by walking around and devouring corpses as they die, because actually with the rune here you have a circle that's around the character, which is a radius that actually immediately devours corpses for you. You don't have to actually press it, so you just got this little aura around you, and where you can see the circle is where you can devour corpses. That will replenish your essence along the way, and if you haven't got any corpses around you, if it's a danger area, then definitely use Siphon Blood with Bloodsucker. This also replenishes your essence. And important note, when you cast your skeletal mages, the more essence you have, the more powerful they are. So you want to wait till you have at least half your essence before you cast them. Waiting for it to be full essence might take a little bit too long, but definitely when you're halfway there, you can definitely spam skeletal mages. The more skeletal mages you have, the more damage that you're going to be doing. Now, super important, Simulacrum you have to time perfectly, and you want to time it when you're killing an elite. And what you want to do is when you activate Simulacrum, you have to hover your mouse over an elite and then cast your skeletal mage. Now, if you're hovering over an elite, such as, no, let's go down this side. Let's pretend this guy's an elite. Hover your mouse over him so he's highlighted like that. And then when you cast Skeletal Mage, they're going to attack him. They're going to attack him straight away, and they're going to kill him instead of like all these other mobs around you. It's a very dense rift. There's a lot of density around you, so if you're casting skeletal mages and you're not hovering over the elite, they're going to attack other enemies before they actually target that elite. So super important, if you can hover over the elite, and as you cast Simulacrum, then you just cast your skeletal mages, and your skeletal mages will attack that elite. Now, the cooldown to Simulacrum is huge, so what we want to do is we want to use it against the very first elite, and then what we do is we pick up a pylon that gives us an awesome cooldown reduction, so we can use Simulacrum twice And it's also an area of the map where we pull 3 elites together to kill at the same time, move down the map to the next elite, and then we activate Simulacrum again. So we get like a double whammy of Simulacrums, and that pretty much instantly kills anything that you're targeting with your skeletal mages. Just very importantly, just make sure that you're targeting your enemies. So Simulacrum, boom, skeletal mage, and they'll target, and the elite will die instantly, because with Simulacrum active, it'll just do that much more extra damage. You will summon 4 skeletal mages instead of just the 2, so this guy mimics everything that we do secondary skill-wise. You don't want to get in there and just start killing everything and moving through the map normally. We need to move really quickly from elite to elite, timing Simulacrum immaculately. That is the key to this. That is the absolute critical strategy to beat the time. So I've explained it to the best of my ability. Now just watch me do it as well, and then it's your turn. Let me know what time you get below, and let me know if you've passed this, because it is a bit of a tricky one this week, boys and girls. Alright, so once we're in, decrepify this big pack here. Get your bone armor stacks up. As you can see, got 15 skeletal mages, and then use siphon blood. As we get corpses on the floor there, just go in them and your aura will consume them. And that is it. Rinse and repeat. You don't have to kill the trash. I choose to kill some trash along the way just to make the Rift Guardian pop at a certain time a bit quicker. But as you can see, I don't focus on them. You want to move down to this first elite. Cast Simulacrum, activate it, and then cast your skeletal mages targeting that elite. And then pop. You'll get your orbs rather quickly. Sometimes it can be insta-kill. It just wasn't that amazing that time. And I just cast skeletal mages along my way just to take out a little bit of trash, just to keep that timer going. But you don't have to. You can avoid all the trash if you want and just follow this route to all of the elites. I kill some along the way just to make the Rift Guardian pop a little bit quicker. And over here is very important. Once we get that pylon, our cooldowns are reduced. Now there's 3 elites here, one there, one to the left, and one up here to the right. Once we pull them all in, you want to activate your Simulacrum, and then cast your skeletal mages, and blow them all to hell, to smithereens. And we get a hell of a lot of orbs here, once we kill 3 elite packs at once. So it's very important to save your Simulacrum for this pack with the 3 elites, definitely. So as you can see, there's heaps of orbs here on the floor. We pick those up and keep moving. We're making good time already. So first elite, cast Simulacrum, move down to the next pylon, then your cooldowns are reduced, and then bang, you've got Simulacrum again, and make sure that you pull in all of those 3 elites. Now, like I said, killing trash is optional. I like to kill them, not just for damage reduction, but also just to save a bit of time, because last time I got to an area of the map that was just dragging. There was no elites around, and I didn't want to get that far in, so I'm killing trash along the way to make the Rift Guardian pop a little bit quicker. So same here, we use Simulacrum because we still had the effects of the pylon, and we can take out these elites that much more quicker. There, get our orbs, keep going. We're making good time, we're making good time. But like I said, you can ignore the trash if you want and just focus on the elites. Just do what you're comfortable with. But over here, definitely kill these guys or they will kill you. These guys do a hell of a lot of damage. So I take them out, and there's an elite pack just up the stairs here. Once we're on Greater Rift floor 2, the enemies here do a hell of a lot of damage. So you want to be careful. You don't want to just run around like we were on the previous map on floor 1. So the elites are just here. Simulacrum is not active, as you can see. That's alright, we'll take them out rather easily. We get our orbs and continue. And it's a little while to the next elite, so what we want to do, head down here. Don't go around the top right, you want to go through the middle here. I definitely ignore these guys, it's a waste of time. Get that pylon. Keep on moving. But as you can see, you take a lot of damage, so you need to be careful. I'm just going to kill these guys around here so I don't die. And it's important. What's going to be frustrating is sometimes you get stuck. You get stuck in between enemies. It's super annoying. Now, there's an elite pack coming up here on floor 3. It's optional to use Simulacrum and take these guys out really quickly, but I save it because up ahead, there's a pack where there's 2 elites. So 2 elite packs coming up. I'm going to save my Simulacrum for that. It's up to you, though, what you want to do. It's optional, because at least taking out these guys, you can move through that much more quicker, but For this run, I'm saving my simulacrum for the next 2 packs, which are coming up. This pack is quite annoying, as you can see it's taking a bit of time. So it gives a good example of how long it takes to kill elites without simulacrum active. It can take a hell of a long time. This isn't a great build. This is frustrating as hell. This is not fun for me. This week's challenge rift is not fun. I wasn't enjoying it at all. I didn't enjoy not a second of it. So I can't wait to just get this guide up to help you all, because I do it every week and you're probably used to it now. So I'll get this guide up and then I'm out of here. I'm going to continue on with Season, my monk. So up here, there's a lot of density, and there's also 2 elite packs. There's one there. I've activated simulacrum, maybe a little bit prematurely, because I didn't pull in the other elite pack, which is just up here. That's alright. They're blue elites, so they'll die quicker. Ideally, we should have pulled those in as well, but as you can see, it's squishy. I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm always on the verge of dying, so you just have to be super careful. Don't want to sort of run around pulling in enemies and then they just all one-shot me. Alright, so we're nearly there now. We just got to find some density to kill, and we're there. This is what I was talking about. This is why I was killing trash in the beginning. So we're at this stage on floor 3, because floor 4 was just like endless, and I couldn't find an elite for ages. We're just running out of time. It was rubbish. I wasn't happy with it. Ideally, if the Rift Guardian can pop down here. No, we're going to miss out. We're going to have to run up here. It's alright. I think we can still get it. We're just missing. We're wasting critical time. But he's going to pop up here in a second now anyway. And we're going to have Simulacrum active at some stage after the Rift Guardian pops. Alright, we've got 22 seconds. Just be careful with the Rift Guardian, because he can one-shot you as well. If Simulacrum is available, activate that straight away and cast those Skeletal Mages, and they'll just, you know, down him very quickly, as you'll see now. Boom, 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 boom. Cha-ching, cha-ching! That is Challenge Rift 37. If I look like I'm having fun, don't be fooled, because I didn't enjoy a moment of this Challenge Rift. It is quite challenging to beat the time. If you're struggling, follow my guide. Try a few different things. I was killing trash along the way. If that's not working for you and you're running out of time, don't kill the trash. Just use Decrepify to increase your movement speed. Keep your bone armor stacks up, and then just focus on the elites. Give that a go. If that's not working, then try and kill the trash like me, because I do keep moving very quickly, as you saw. I don't just focus on killing trash, but if you Decrepify bone armor, keep those stacks up, cast your Skeletal Mages, and just let them sort of kill trash along the way as you're moving through. The most important part is timing that Simulacrum perfectly, because without that you're just wasting way too much time, especially when you come across that pack of 3. Killing those 3 elites is just so critical. Pull them all in together, then activate your Simulacrum and get your Skeletal Mages off, and that'll definitely have you ahead of time. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Show your uncle, your creepy Uncle Bannick 13, all the support and love that I show you all in return. It'll be greatly appreciated. If you don't want to sub, that's no worries. I'm not taking it personal. Just do me one little favor. Just come back and visit your creepy goddamn uncle.